welcome to the Online English Club. I'm Mr. Lee, your teacher, and in today's lesson I have 4 tips for IELTS reading, and specifically 4 tips for managing your time. Okay, remember, for IELTS, time is very important. For the reading test, as you should know, you get 60 minutes, and it's important that you manage that time very carefully. So my 4 tips for today are about time management in the IELTS reading test. Let's begin. My first tip is focus on vocabulary you understand, and don't worry about vocabulary you don't understand. Students waste a lot of time when they find a word they don't know and they start to worry. Then they start to try and think of the meaning, and they try and find the meaning in the text, but perhaps that word is not necessary to answer the question. They're wasting time. The words that you know, the words that you understand, will help you answer the question more than the words you don't understand. If there's a word in a sentence and you don't know the meaning, take that word out of the sentence and get the meaning of the sentence. Don't focus on vocabulary you don't know. Of course, you should always be trying to improve your vocabulary, but in the middle of a test is not the time to be thinking about and trying to learn new words. So please, don't focus on unknown vocabulary, focus on what you know, focus on finding the answer in the reading test. My second tip for the IELTS reading test is don't spend too long on one question. Okay, you only have 60 minutes, 40 questions in 60 minutes. I would personally spend 1 minute per question is about the amount of time. And then that extra 20 minutes checking, transferring, looking for mistakes. If you spend 5 minutes on one question, that's too long. Okay, it's not worth that much of your time. You don't get any extra time. So spend 1 minute. If you can't find the answer, skip it. Go back later if you have time, or write the answer you think, even if you're not sure, go back later and check it again. But don't spend too long on one question. You need to control your time that way. Do this when you're practicing, when you're doing practice tests, so that it will be much easier during the real test. My third tip for managing your time in the IELTS reading test is don't read the whole text. Some students, as soon as they begin the reading test, they start reading first, second, third paragraphs. They read the whole text. That is not your job. What you need to do for the IELTS reading test is find the answer to the 40 questions. That's it. Okay, if you have time, you can go back and look and try to understand the whole text, but you will understand. If you can answer the questions, you will get an understanding of the text. Don't read the text first, because you don't know what information will be useful to you. If you read the questions first, then look in the text for the answers. But just reading the text, that's okay when you're reading the newspaper, not when you have 60 minutes to answer 40 questions. So don't read the text first. And read the first sentence in the paragraphs to know whether you need to read the whole paragraph. Is the answer you are looking for in that paragraph? The first sentence should tell you. My fourth tip for the IELTS reading test is answer the questions and transfer your answers in the time given. Okay, don't expect 10 minutes at the end. It's not there. Don't get confused between the listening and reading tests. Okay, the reading test does not give you an extra 10 minutes to transfer your answers. No excuses. They will never let you do it. So when you practice, time yourself, practice answering 40 questions in 60 minutes and having those answers on the answer sheet. If you just practice one section at a time, so section 1, 13 or 14 questions, do that in 20 minutes, but make sure you've transferred your answers in that time as well. Some students practice doing section 1 in 20 minutes, and section 2 in 20 minutes, section 3 in 20 minutes, and then they have no time to transfer their answers. So make sure you factor this information in when you do your practice activities. Answer the questions and transfer them in the time given. 60 minutes for the whole test, 20 minutes for each section. So I hope these 4 tips have helped you or reminded you about something in the IELTS reading test. Please, just listening and watching will not help you. Make sure you use this advice. Practice, time yourself. Can you follow the tips I have just given? Thank you for watching this video. I hope to see you in the next lesson. Goodbye.